Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Wolverine, The Long Night, issue number 2. I did not like this book. I'll tell you why after I tell you who made the book. Writer Benjamin Percy. Artist Marcio Takara. And Matt Milla did the color art. VC's Joe Caramunga on letters. Cover artist Rafael Albuquerque. Look, man, I loved the art in this book. This was second to none. The cover is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I look at the cover and the art inside this book. I'm just like, God damn, this is masterclass level stuff. This is that real talk. Holy crap, this is beautiful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't have a problem with the writing. The writing sounds good. When you read the book, you look at the layouts, you look at the breakdown of everything that's being written here. The text box, thought box, if there were any thought bubbles, the speech, everything that's being said, the pattern of speech, everything, it sounds good. It looks like there's actually a really good flow of dialogue here. The investigation, all that stuff, it looks good. So I don't have a problem with what anybody's doing here. You know what I have a problem with? The plot. The plot is terrible. All right, look. How long have we gone without Wolverine in the comic books? No. I know we had a bunch of people calling themselves Wolverine, a bunch of people with sharp claws and healing factors and rah talking about Wolverine and his legacy for 4 damn years, man. Plus we got another year now of Wolverine. Wolverine's back, but is he really? Is he really? Who's this guy in the comic books right now? There's all this crazy stuff and nobody knows what the hell is going on, baby. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. The hunt for Wolverine. Wolverine shows up in a freaking legacy book. It's like, oh, this is awesome. And then we don't see him again. You know what I'm saying? Like he shows hunt for Wolverine and then the Wolverine and Madripoor and no, not really. And oh, let's talk about what we found. Well, we didn't actually find anything. So we're all still like right where we started from and life sucks. Okay, well, what about this over here? Wolverine's back and he's got hot claws. I'm like, what the frick is the hot claw? What the hell? What the hell's going on? Where the flark is my Wolverine, bruh? Like, that's the only thing that's on my mind is where's my Wolverine? And now we get this. This isn't based in the Marvel 616 universe. This isn't born anywhere. As far as we're concerned, Wolverine could be the only character in this entire universe who's actually a super character. Oh, the X-Men are mentioned in the previous issue, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? That could be like a comic book conversation. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the story itself is that Wolverine's the only character that there is. Look, man. What's the reason why I really just don't like this comic book? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's passed off as a murder mystery type story. Wolverine of the Great North hunting down the killers of such and such and such. But that's not what I'm reading. No, what I'm reading is, here's this cop, and he's trying to investigate this murder. So it's all pretty much from the cops' eyes. And he's trying to determine if Wolverine is actually here, then if Wolverine is actually a bad guy, if Logan, could have maybe committed murders on these guys, or if maybe they deserved it, and, all this other stuff. Here's the problem, man. You tell me that Wolverine is in this murder mystery thing. I'm expecting the whole thing is going to be Wolverine running around using his tracking abilities to hunt down the murderers. But instead, we're seeing this cop trying to figure out if Wolverine's the bad guy. Look, here's the problem with that. There is not one single person who is reading this comic book. And if this comic book is true to the podcast, and it's not just the comic book is taking liberties and, oh, wow, so the podcast is good, but the comic book stinks, then so be it. But I feel like this is just a great representation of the podcast itself, which, admittedly, I have not listened to yet. I might not listen to it at all if it really is such a great representation. If this book is a great representation of that, because I'm not interested in seeing through the eyes of this detective, is Wolverine a good guy, bad guy? Because every single person who is reading this comic book or listening to that podcast knows Wolverine is the good guy. He is a hero, granted, an anti-hero. If he did commit all of these murders, it's because those people were bad and they deserved it. All right? Wolverine is not going to hurt the cops. because, they're good guys. He's not going to rough them up. He's not going to slice them and dice them. He's not even going to do that little thing where it's like, snick, snick. It's that third snick that's the real trouble, pal. Like, he's not going to do that stuff. He's not. At the end of this book, we're supposed to be, shocked and amazed because you actually see Logan. Finally, he's on the other end of the phone talking to the cop. I heard you've been following me. Don't. This is not a Liam Neeson moment. All right? This was like, why do we have 2 issues of this? If you want to do this just in the first issue so we get to the point where he suddenly understands, oh yeah, Logan's actually a good guy. All right, fine. I guess, like, you could do the whole build-up while this guy's learning that Wolverine's actually a good guy. But no, all I'm seeing is this cop trying to figure out what everybody in the audience already knows. If I told you the password combination was 8624, and I've got a password to change now. I'm joking. 8624, all right? And then for 2 whole comic books, this guy's trying to figure out the password. How many people are going to stay interested in this comic book? Nobody. Because you already know the answer. And this cop just can't figure it out. This needed to have been rushed into just one comic book. If they needed to do this whole, is Wolverine a good guy or is he the bad guy? That should have been like just crammed into the first issue, and that just settled. By this issue, it should have been settled so we can actually get on with the murder mystery. Why did these people do such and such? Which kills did Wolverine actually do? Which ones did the bad guys actually do? Because we already know Wolverine isn't the bad guy. This comic book is so utterly pointless. It's just dragging its ass because everybody knows Wolverine ain't a bad guy. So I'm just not enjoying this. Am I going to get issue 3? That is a solid maybe, and it will not be a physical copy. There is no way I'm buying a physical copy of this book. There will be I think it's on Comixology. I actually don't know. If it's not, then I'm not getting the next issue. But if it is, then fine. I'll get I'll buy the next issue on Comixology, but I don't need this in my collection. As beautiful as the art is, as gorgeous as this cover is. I mean, just seriously, take another look at this. That is a gorgeous cover. If you only collect only collect comic books because of these covers, bang. You want a commission piece? Boom. That would be a good one. But this comic book, it is 100% through and through pointless. Writing's good, art's good, cover's good, letter's good, everything's good, except the plot, which is the whole purpose for writing a comic book in the first place. Just, blah. Anyway, guys, that's it from me, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Voice is about to break. Class dismissed.